Hello, everybody. We'll get started here in about, hold on. In 2 minutes, we'll get started with today's project. Goodness. Okay. Hoo-wee. It's a nice, cool, brisk day, sunny day here in north central Illinois. Hope everyone is doing well. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Mary. Welcome. We'll get started here in just about 1 more minute, everyone. Today is a big day for this project. We get to finish the quilt top today. So I'm excited. It's always nice when you finish a project, and boy howdy, this has been a great one. It hasn't been that difficult to do, which is always a good thing, right? But let me grab this off of the wall over here. As you can see, it's got some size to it. That's folded in half. Let me step back a little bit and get a better look at it. There we go. There's the top. Going all the way up to, oops. Ooh. Haven't hold it up high. There's the bottom of it. So yeah, it's going to be approximately 71 by 82 inches when we finish it. We are going to get started. So this is actually, we have 1 more round to go around. There are 4, you have to piece 4 rounds of strips to go around the center. We finished round 3 yesterday. Puppy, what are you doing? Go. Go. Come here. Just a minute, everyone. Come here, Bobo. You got caught up in some thread, didn't you? You okay? Okay, go to your bed. Go to your bed. Good boy. Good puppy. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so this is, of course, a quilt pattern in the book, Fassett quilt pattern, the quilts in Italy. This is the 4th quilt top we've pieced live here out of this book. This is what it would look like finished. Now my fabric is not Kaffe fabric for this quilt, but it gives the same effect. You could make this in any fabric, of course, that you wanted to, and you could do it, you can use theme fabric. It would make a wonderful Christmas quilt. It could make a wonderful Valentine's quilt, a spring quilt, a red, white, and blue quilt. I mean, there's so many options here you could do with this particular pattern. And it looks really complex, but it's not. So for the first episode, we cut all these pieces out. So if you're just getting started with it, this series will walk you completely through the entire process of piecing this quilt. So all of that being said, we're going to get started piecing round number 4. And the instructions are right down here for piecing round 4. It starts right there on page 60 in the book. And this is our layout diagram right here for our last round of panels we have to create to sew around the entire outside perimeter of this quilt. And we're going to get it done. It'll probably take about 2 hours to get done. So we'll see. I gotta keep this book handy so I don't make any boo-boos. So I'm gonna swap to the other camera and we're gonna get started. Okay. Gonna swap to the other camera. Right there. There we go. And that's on. Okay. So this stack of pieces here, and we're using F shapes and G shapes. So that should be the F shapes, and I'm just going to make sure There's F. Oops, and this should be G. And okay. So G is just an inch shorter. Okay, so it's G, that's F. Okay. So it's getting started. We're going to use the F shapes first, enjoying 6 cream and 6 blue, starting with blue, and sew it to the bottom of the quilt. So we're going to sew together 6 cream and 6 blue rectangles from shape F, which is right here. So we need 6 and 6. There's 2. And 2. And 2. That'll be 6 of those. If I can get them picked up. There we go. Okay, put my little rooster pin cushion. Got the little short guy. He fits under the throat of the harp of the machine better. I'll just set him up here on top. And 6 of the creams. 2, 4, and 6. Now I know I won't overshoot, piece too many, all that fun stuff. I like to do it step by step by step, so it comes out right the first time, the first try. And we're just going to start chain piecing these together. The thread will be cut at the end of each one, because I'm using the automatic tie-off feature on this machine, which means when I press on the foot control, it will do a back stitch automatically, sew the seam, and then I'll press the reverse button and it will tie off that end and clip the threads. Pretty cool. Okay. Was I not? There we go. Okay. It's most important that you line up the beginning and the end of your seam. That way everything comes out just like it's supposed to. And I am using the 1/4 inch piecing foot and all that good stuff like we're supposed to. So here's one of them. I'll lay that to the side. Hi, Janelle. Good morning. Under there, you. There we go. I didn't think my chicken would stay up there. The vibration from the machine usually gets my pin cushion to fall down. So we'll just leave the little chicken right in there. There's a good place for it. Okay. Hoo-wee. Y'all, I have a stack of quilt tops of my own to get quilted. I'm going to finish up one today for a customer, and then I've got 2 more to do. And then, unless some more come in right here before the Christmas season, I will be able to start quilting on my own quilts. close to 20 quilt tops made. We'll see how many I can get quilted before I start traveling again. But I'm home till January, so that will give me time to get some quilts quilted. Okay, 2 more pieces on this one. But this is really, once you figure out how to do this, this is really a relaxing quilt top to piece because it's pretty straightforward. It's not a complicated scenario like some quilt tops are, like our next one is going to be. The next one's not complicated, but it's got a lot of applique in it, so. I'm going to show several different methods to do applique on this next quilt top. No, it's not all going to be in the hoop applique either. We'll be using the circular attachment. We'll be doing there are just several methods of applique that I want to show everybody. There, now let's get all these units sewn together. Finger pressing the seam towards the dark side of the darker fabric. That one. This would also be a great pattern if you were making like a quilt for someone who's really into sports and their favorite team. They could actually make these so that it had the team colors in it. We could even use licensed like NFL fabric or whatever sport that you wanted that for that person. It'd be a great way to use that. Okay. Hi, Tracy. Oh, it's okay, Mia. You're good. We are working on our last round, round number 4. That's another great thing about this pattern in the Quilts in Italy book. You have your center rectangle, and then there's only 4 rounds a piece to go all the way around that for the quilt top to be complete. Now, of course, you could always add more to make it bigger, but I'm making it the same size as in the book. Okay, one more, and we'll sew those together. We'll attach it to the bottom of our quilt. This is the bottom, goes to the bottom of the quilt top. Okay, and we'll sew. We have 3 units that we're going to sew together next. This is our first piece for round 4, 6 cream, 6 blue, or whatever. 6 light, 6 dark, however you want to say it. I tell you, this would make a really cool idea for this. You'd have to alter the pattern a little bit, well, a lot. But each one of these rows, hold on, each one of these rectangles could be something pieced, like squares or even little quilt blocks set into it. Just me, I like having the light colored fabric on top. Okay. Get this one sewn on and we'll sew this to the bottom of our quilt. There it is. Yay. So, where this will go, I'm going to show you the layout diagram. The center right here is where we ended at yesterday. So this is this piece right here that we'll sew to the bottom of that quilt. Right there, these two here. And I'm going to pin it together first. Let's see here. Which one of these is the top? I think that's the top right there. I believe that this is the bottom. Yes, this is the bottom right here. I'm going to back that up. Okay, so it will go on. The blue goes to the left side. It will sew on right here like this. Get this up some more. Right there like that's where that's going to go. So it's time for the chicken pincushion to come out to play. I'm just going to pin it all together. That'll just make it easier when first you'll be able to test fit it to make sure all the pieces, there's not something off. If you watched yesterday, you saw I had a moment where I had to go back and really do some thinking. I had missed 2 pieces of strips to sew on, and I thought it wasn't quite right. And it wasn't. But if I had not pinned it first, I would never have known it until I started sewing, and then, boy howdy, it may have been even a bigger issue than what it was. So, when in doubt, pin. dokie. And I am going to get a live scheduled so that I'll show you how to make these if you want to make these. Super fun. All you need are some scraps of fabric, or you can cut your own fabric, or small quilt blocks, but we'll get into that and you'll see how to do it. Super fun to do, super great gifts, and they're fast to make. That's even the funnest part, when it's fast to make. Okay, now we're going to sew the blocks together. Okay. Set my little pin cushion up here, and I just put those pins right in there as I pull them off. Because yes, if you've watched me before, you know that I sew either barefoot or with socks on, and it's barefoot today. Even though it's kind of chilly, it's barefoot today, and I don't want to step on one of these pins. Because that's never a fun experience. The pin always wins. Okay. And I stopped like that. There was a seam to match there. So I just got that needle right to where the two seams met and then stopped to pull it out. That way it stayed lined up and all that good fun stuff. And as we go, I'm flipping the seams to make sure that they are going to the dark side. There's another seam to match, and I have those nested. Here we go. There were actually several seams on this one to lined up. There we go. And there is the bottom of the quilt is completely done, completely pieced. Yeehaw! It's always a good thing. You can see here as I open it up. See that this round is putting on over a foot of fabric all the way around it. Pretty cool. So the next piece, since this is the bottom down here, this side here is what we'll be piecing next. Right here, going down the right side of the quilt top. Okay. And just so you get a better look at it, right here, this is what we're going to piece right now. And that is with using shape G G as in grapes, 9 creams, and 8 blues. That way it'll have a cream on each end of this strip. So 9 cream, 8 blues of G. So I need 8 blues, 2, 4, 2, that makes 6, and there's 8 blues, and then we need 9 in cream. There's 2 and 4 and 6 and 8, and this will make, oops, go there you, and there's 9. Okay. Okay. Over here, right off the edge of my extension table, I have those pieces, one stack for F and one for G. Okay. So once again, we're going to sew these all together and keep on going. Can't believe this one's going to be done already. This is just the 4th episode. The one before this, I don't remember how many episodes. I think there were 5 or 6, but they were 3 to 4 hour episodes. And I am kind of limiting them now 2 to 2.5 hours because my voice starts to go any longer than that. And yeah, but we'll see. We are going to stick with this today until it is finished. Once I get it pieced, I am going to stay stitch around the entire edge of it just to keep it safe. And so I like to stay stitch my quilt tops. And if you don't know what that is, it's used in garment making a lot, simply because it keeps the edge of fabric from stretching out of shape. And this is going to go into my long-armed quilt, so. And you know, whenever there's piecing all the way to the, as you're quilting it, let's do that again. There we go. And Yeah, I did not put the straight stitch plate in, and it is really, did it yesterday also. It was wanting to sew that fabric down into that, the hole on this zigzag. Which, if you start fabric too close to the needle too close to the edge of the fabric, that's when that will happen. Okay. Ooh-wee. 2 more of these, and then we'll start sewing the smaller units together we just created. Make sure that's lined up nice. It's nice and even. Okay. And now we'll go through the process of finger pressing the seam towards the blue or the dark, however you want to say it. And just start sewing these units together until we have one long piece. Finger press away from towards the dark. So if you put your lighter colored fabric on bottom and flip it over, you really don't have to think about it that way. It'll automatically go that way. Excuse me. Oops. There we go. light color down, and then fold it and press it away from it. And there we go. There we go. Okay. Woohoo. We are just trucking right along on this one. Yeehaw. Okay. Just a moment, everybody. Let me see something here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie. And one more. One more right here. That'll give us 8 of these units plus our extra. Okay. Now then, that one. And this one. This one on there. Finger press that one to the dark. There we go. And now we have these two to do. finger press that one. Okay. And this seam, and then this piece will be ready to attach to the right hand side of the quilt top. Woohoo! That laid out nice and flat. There we go. And guess what, everybody? This one will now be sewn on to the right hand side of this quilt top. Woohoo! We are just moving right along. My goodness. Okay. Let's see here. There's 3. That was that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yes. So it's going to go down this side. This is the top up here. Bottom is down there. This is the right hand side, and that's where this next piece will go on. Okay. And yes, as always, the longer they get, the more important it is to pin it. Because it'd be really easy to get off and you'd be either too short or too long. This way you don't stretch the fabric as you're sewing. And you know it's all going to work out in the end. Like it's supposed to. Ooh-wee. Here we go. So this piece actually had 17 strips of fabric in it. This one that I'm pinning down right now. Okay. Yeah, I think one more pin will do it. Yes. Perfect. Alrighty. Now then. Okay. And we are going to sew the second piece onto our quilt top here. This actually have us just about halfway done for today. The last piece will be the longest piece, piece. So it'll take a little bit longer than this one did. But all in all, this is a super fun and super easy quilt top to make. So why I started over, I don't know if you could see it, but it started pulling and it made this narrow down here because of the weight distribution. I didn't have enough over here to this side of the machine for the weight to balance out. So we'll just start that seam over. There we go. That's better now. Excuse me. You get back in there, you. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Now we're ready. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. We are moving right along now. Okay. Alrighty. Woohoo. Just feeds through quicker if you make sure your fabric's always laying nice and flat and even as it goes under the presser foot. It's very important to keep these edges right here lined up as you're sewing, otherwise your seam allowance is off. And quilts are not very forgiving when that happens. When you're piecing a quilt top, they are not forgiving when your seam allowance is off. Okay. Ouch. There we go. Awesome. So this is the bottom of the quilt right here. This is the bottom. Okay. That was the first set of strips here that we pieced. This is the one we just did. So there's the bottom. Here's the right side. Now we have to make a piece to go across the very top of it, which here's the upper right corner. It's going to go all the way down to here, right there. So that's what we're going to piece next, and we'll piece those out of the F pieces. So the F pieces, which is this, goes to the top and the bottom. And we are going to join 8 cream and 7 blue and sew it to the top of the quilt. Once again, let me read that again. 8 cream and 7 blues. Okay. 8 creams. There's 2. And 7 blues. There's 2 there. So there's 2, 4, 6. 1 makes 7. And then we need 8 of these. So there's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 more makes 8. 7 and 8. Okay. Seven and 8. So there we go. Ooh, I'm gonna give me a sip of coffee here. And we're gonna keep on going. Okay, so there will be a cream or a light colored on each end of this set of strips that we're making. Just like before, we're going to do our get all these sewn together. Matching each end, so it's all nice and consistent. Come on, you. Just a minute, everybody. There we go. Well, once we get this one pieced, everybody, let's see, this is for the top. We'll just have the one side left to do. Woohoo. All right. Now we're going to finger press and start sewing these together 2 units at a time from what we just created. Yeehaw! Okay. What we're doing right now, we'll go on the very top of the quilt top. This is the last row of pieces, or the top of this quilt top. And we are right on track to finish this quilt top up today. Finger press to the dark side. Then we'll do it again. Then again, then again, then again. Okay. Just me being silly. Okay. And we'll finger press that. We're going to keep on going. Now these we'll just do the same way. You know the drill by now if you've been watching this series. Super fun quilt top to make. It'll really be pretty once it's all done and quilted and all that fun stuff. It only takes 2 fabrics, approximately 3.5 yards of 2 fabrics. And that will give you plenty, so you have some for the binding. Or if you make a boo-boo, you'll have it. I always like to have a little extra fabric just in case. You never know what might happen. And you'll need it. Okay. Alrighty. Finger press that, then we have one more seam, and we'll be ready to sew this one to our top. Where's that one at? Right here. Okay. There we go. Okay. And this one is the one that goes across the top of our quilt. This section we're piecing right here. So much fun. Okay. We'll finger press that one. And then we're going to pin this this row to the top of the quilt. I guess that'd be a good word for it. This round, this row. This is for round 4, the final round. That's the row that goes to attach to the top of the quilt. Okay. Right there. It will attach right up here along this edge. Alrighty. Come here, chicken pin cushion. Here we go. I'm just going to take my time and get it all pinned in nice and neat. That way I won't have no surprises when I start to sew this together. I like surprises, just not when I'm sewing something together. Don't cramp hand. There we go. this top row, there was, I think this is like the third seam that lined up. It's all good. Excuse me. Yep, another one too. There we go. Perfect. I said the P word. Okay, so there's that one. All nice and neat, ready to sew together. And make sure I start off this time with all the end of that quilt top up on the table so it doesn't want to pull. Here we go. You can see I just got it all laid out right up there, all that weight. And now it won't want to pull to one side when I start to sew. Okay. Get you up here because I have more to add to you. Chicken pin cushion. Gosh, I'm talking to my pin cushion, everybody. Ooh. Let me check out these comments. I saw some new comments here. Hi, Vanessa. Oh, I hear ya. This one, it does require pinning. Otherwise, it's too easy to get off on it. Okay. Okay. Just keeping on, keeping on. Here we go. Almost to the end. We are getting ready to start our last row to add to this quilt top before it's complete. There we go. top of the quilt top completely pieced. Woohoo! There we go. Okay. And just a reminder of what this actually would look like. What it looks like in the book anyway. It's right here. So right there is what we just did. Now we have this piece here left on the outside to make. Right down this, all this side, and it'll be complete. Woohoo! Alrighty, so there's my top right there. The top of the top. Okay. So, template G, G as in great. So the G shapes will do 9 cream and 8 blue. 9 cream and 8 blue. Okay. There's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 blue and 9 creams. So that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. There's my 9. 8 and 9. Then I need from F, shape F, I need 2 creams and 1 blue. So I'm gonna sew these together first. Okay, so what this is, just like on the previous round, what we're making is this right here. That's our G shape, and here's the 3 pieces for the F. See how we'll turn those and sew this all together and then sew it along that long line. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to do the little block here of the 3 strips first to get it out of my way. Okay. Okay. This is shape F, 3 strips, 2 cream, 1 blue. This will go in the lower left corner of the quilt top. Finger press to the dark. And then put on this one. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. I'm gonna schedule a live to show how to make those chicken pin cushions. Lots of fun. Great way to use up scraps. Or if you have like just 2 small quilt blocks, 2 quilt blocks will do it also. Okay. For instance, this one was made from 2 quilt blocks. 2 orphaned quilt blocks right here. There's a chicken, there's the tail. Just some fabric here that I put for the comb, and 2 little prairie points that I made the chicken beak out of. Okay, so there's that piece done. There is that one done. Let's finger press it the proper way. Okay. Now we're going to sew all of these together just like before. 8 blue, 9 creams. Let me check my numbers again to make sure. Yes, 8 blue, 9 cream. Okay. Woohoo. And for the pin cushions, everybody, if you're wanting to make those, you will need some crushed walnut shell for filling. You can buy those at a craft store or even at a pet store. But that is what will keep your needles nice and sharp. Crushed walnut shell. And it's finely crushed. It's not got big chunks. Yes, Mia, I will I will send out a link on that. I don't have it here right this second. But if you'll just follow to Amazon, one of the links below this video, one of my Amazon links, you can actually order that right from Amazon. That's where I'm getting mine from. But you could also order them from a place like Joann's or Hobby Lobby or even PetSmart, because they use that stuff for people who like to have lizards to take their baths in, is what I'm told. Super fast to make, super easy, and they make wonderful, quick Christmas gifts. They'd also be great to weight down a paper pattern. If you need a pattern weight, they make great pattern weights. To come unthreaded. That, or I'm out of bobbin thread. No, it's good. Okay, I did. It came unthreaded. There we go. Now we're ready to go. because I should have ended the program. I'll just have to go back up there again. It's all good. There we go. There we go. I hear ya. Yeah, it's why I always recommend having a little extra fabric just in case you have to cut more, because you just never know. And there we go with that. Come on, you. There you go. Okay. Then we'll sew all these together. You can also, where I used on this one here, this is fabric that I snipped. I'll show several ways to do this. But you can use fabric for the comb, or you can actually put in some eyelash yarn, or even some craft felt for the combs. Just be creative when you make these. You can use buttons for eyes, or you can just put in a pin, for instance. Let me see here. Do I have one? Look here. See, this one doesn't have any eyes buttons. I like to use buttons, but you could also stick a pin in and just have that pin for an eye. There's lots of ways to do that. Okay. Let's get this sewing going. Let's get the sewing going. Excuse me. If I had to count that again in my head real quick. 1, Excuse me, because I thought I had lost one. But no, it's correct. Okay, and I'm going to sew this one. This extra strip, I'm going to go ahead and sew this on. That'll be done. Excuse me. I need a drink of my coffee. I need a drink of my coffee. Let me get a drink of my coffee. There we go. Right here. Good coffee. Yum yum. Okay. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, wait, there is another piece. There it is. There they are. I thought I was missing some pieces. It's all good. There we go. Good grief it. There. Alrighty. Now that that drama is over with, I knew I was missing some. I thought I was missing some pieces, everybody. But it's all good. It all worked out. There we go. Almost messed up and pressed that button. That would have backstitched and cut my thread. Didn't want that. That one's ready. Okay. Right here like that. Come on. Oh my gosh, everybody. I just realized how super duper close we are to having this quilt top done. And remember, after I get it pieced, I'm going to stay stitch all the way around the edge of the quilt top once it's complete. That way, the seams won't be able to be pulled apart when it's being handled or quilted. So anytime I have piecing all the way to the edge of a quilt, I like to stay stitch all the way around the outside perimeter of it. That keeps things in their place and connected. If you have a border around the edge, you don't really need to do that. It's not as important. But if it's piecing, like this is, all the way to the edge of a quilt, that is where you would want to do that. Now I need to add our other little unit to the bottom here. This will be the bottom left-hand corner of the quilt top, where this little block will go. And no, I didn't pin that because it wasn't that big. I didn't feel the need to pin for this. Will for that last row though, because that's a long row. It's about 82 inches or so. Finger press that seam to the small block. There we go. And guess what, everyone? We are ready to pin on the final row for this quilt top. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So, this, let me get the chicken pin cushion up there. We'll be needing that. This right up here, let's see here. This is the top right up here, okay? So it's going to go down this side of it. This will go to the bottom. This is the top, so that goes right up there. And now I'm just going to take my time and get this seam line nice and neatly pinned. Yeah, the chicken pin cushions are really cute just to decorate with. They're actually really, really cute, great conversation pieces, blah, blah, blah. You can even use them as home decor. Ooh. I know I'm being silly. You gotta have fun though, right? Come here, you. Okay. Right there. My left hand is wanting to cramp today. Okay. It is not being very cooperative with me. There we go. And another one. Right there. That seam will match where we join the other size little block on the bottom corner. That is the only seam line that matched on this side. And we'll pin to the end. Oh my gosh. We are ready to sew our last seam on this quilt top. Oh my goodness. Yes, for the stay stitching, a 1/4 inch away, because then once it's quilted, you're going to have a good 1/4 inch or a little better for your binding, and you'll never see it. So here's our last row for the quilt top. Ouch. And yes, I just stuck myself. Okay. Just twisted. Look at that. There we go. It's a long seam. There we go. Get that weight up and over my little extension table. There. And I'm just going to take my time with this here so it's nice and even and all that fun stuff. And then we'll stay stitch and we'll be truly done with it. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mayola. Puffin's on his couch snoring. I don't think you just very lightly. I'm sure you can't hear him. He's being a sleepy puppy today. I'll get him up here before we go off the air today so everyone can see Puffy. Okay. Puffin, are you down here? Oh, I take that back. He's not on his couch. He's on the first stair landing on the main stairwell in his dog bed, staring at me. The main stairwell for this old house, it has 3 landings going up. Which means it's really fun to get furniture up those stairs, let me tell you. Well, that's a wonderful idea, Mayola. I hadn't ever thought of that. That would be a wonderful way to use water-soluble thread. Awesome. That's a great tip. I don't know if I've got some somewhere. I'm just not sure where it's at, or I would do that on this one, actually. What do you think? Where that could possibly be at? That's good. Water-soluble thread. I'll have to do that on my next one because I just can't place in my head exactly where it's at. But I know I've got at least. It's in with my serger stuff is where it's at. Which could be anywhere. Is what that means. But yes, I do have like 3 or 4 big spools of it. Because I've used it in the serger loopers if I attach binding with an 3-thread overlock stitch with water soluble in the loopers. Wait a minute now, is that right? No, it's not. It's fusible thread is what I have. I don't have the water soluble. It's a great way to attach binding with a serger. Then fold it over and press it if you have fusible thread to hold the binding in place while you're stitching it down. I do have a little spool of water soluble somewhere. I'm just not sure where the heck it's at. Great tip though, Mayola. Awesome. Okay. Right here is the end of this scene. Oh my gosh. And that, everybody, is all the piecing done on this quilt top. Now, I'm going to stay stitch before I unfold it and have a look at it. That way it is truly done. And I have Aurifil gray thread in, is what I have, so I'm just going to do it with that. I will probably have to put in another bobbin, though. I'm surprised it's lasted this long, but you never know. We'll just see where it goes. And I'm just going to stay stitch a 1/4 inch from the edge all the way around. Okay. But I am going to elongate my stitch length. I have it up to 3. I'm going to put it up to 4 millimeters in length. And we're just going to let it go. And if it's a little less than a 1/4 inch, that's totally cool too. Okay. I'm just going to stitch all the way around the edge. And what that does, it adds strength to where all the seam lines are. And it won't be able to be pulled apart as easily if you don't have that on there. Definitely faster, makes it easier if you do have your machine in the cabinet or if you're using an extension table. Makes it super easy to do. There. It's all good. Yeah, you can barely see that. That gray thread, it blends in so well. Once we finish the stay stitching, this quilt top will officially be complete. the bobbin had a bit more thread in it. There we go. As soon as I said bobbin, it decided to tell me that it was almost out. How about that? So I'm just going to cut the thread. And we'll swap out that bobbin. I already have one wound. Here we go. Halfway there. Woohoo! Halfway there. Here we go. And then after it's done, of course, you know me, I give my quilt tops a thorough pressing after it's all sewn to go down for all of that stay stitching to be complete. Okay. Almost there. Okay. And there it is. Now it is truly complete. Oh my goodness. Woohoo! Quilt top number 4 from the book, the Fassett book, Quilts in Italy. Oh my gosh. This has been quite the journey. We still have another one we're going to do yet too. Okay, everybody. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to stand up and step back and get as much of it in the camera as I can. Let's see. What was the top and what was the bottom? Let me think here. This is the bottom right here, I think. Is it? Yes, it is. So here's the top right up here. Okay. So won't be able to get it all in camera, but here we go. So here is the upper the upper left corner right here. If I just pull it up like this. You can see the center of it. There we go. Now you can see it. There we go. Blue and white quilt pattern by Kaffe Fassett. So awesome. Wow. And it is a hefty size quilt. It is actually, let's look in the book here. It is actually 72 by 81 inches. It will approximately measure that when complete. Right there it is. And the actual photograph is a photograph, but if you want to see like a real world photograph of it, it is towards the front of the book. Let me go on forward here. There we go. Right there. Right here is the quilt, the picture of the quilt right here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yes, 72 by 81. And so the next one we're going to do out of the book, and I tell you, I've got 3 more of these different books. But we're going to still do, the next one is called Losing My Marbles. And we'll see after that one. But I think we're going to do a couple more out of this book as well. There are so many wonderful patterns in this book. But I have 3 more Kaffe Fassett books that we can go through to continue this series. But right here, Losing My Marbles is the next one that we are going to start on. Right here. Yes. That is the next quilt. I will get that scheduled. And the cutting will be a little different on this. It's really pretty easy cutting. I'm going to sit down and do some math because I will probably make mine a slightly different size than what this one is. Because this has, in the pattern, this one is 3.5 inch finished squares. There's 289 squares, 115 circles appliqued to the center of some of the squares. So it's very scrappy. The more different fabrics you have, the better it will look. But you could actually change, this is very colorful. I don't know that mine will be this color or not yet. I haven't decided. So that'll be something you can start getting the fabric together for. This would be a great one to use fat quarters in because you can get a lot of different fabrics without buying big yardage of fabric. You could also, what I'm thinking of doing is making my squares 5 inches, which is a charm square. So if you have layer cakes, or if you have, which are 10 inches, you could get 4 squares out of each layer of a layer cake. Or if you have charm packs that have 42 squares in them themselves. But you need basically you need 289 or a little better. If you cut them at this size in the book, it measures, the finished quilt measures 59 by 59. So on the next episode, I will actually do the math and give you some choices there of what it could look like with that in different sizes and all that fun stuff. But in my opinion, charms, if you make your square, cut them 5 inches, which is a 5-inch charm pack square. You can cut 4 5-inch squares out of a 10-inch square that are in layer cakes. And that would go a long way. But the thing is, the more different fabrics you have, the better this one will look. So this is going to be a challenge just in and of that of itself. I will be using a circular attachment for some of the circles. I'll do some of the applique in the hoop, and then I will do some of the applique, which is hand guided under the needle of the machine. Lots of fun. There'll be a lot of good tips and tricks and stuff like that. But this is it. This is my anthem quilt for December 2022, Losing My Marbles. It's been a rough year, and that's about how I feel at this point. I've had a lot of health issues to deal with this year, so this really fits me to a T for 2022, let me tell you. Everything's good. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. That wraps up the Blue and White Quilt series out of our Quilts in Italy series. Awesome. Next is Losing My Marbles. We will reconvene. This next session will be next Saturday at 12 noon Central Standard Time. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you real soon. We'll be doing the chicken thing next weekend also. Thank you, everyone. Bye.